What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, and the future of Marvel. So, Joe and Anthony Russo are currently on their press tour doing press junkets for The Electric State, which recently came out on Netflix. The reviews aren't very good, but the problem with people is the following. Not every movie comes out has to be a cinematic masterpiece like Oppenheimer or The Godfather. A movie can just be all right. And your boy Warstu got invited to the UK event for The Electric State. We didn't go because I wasn't that fussed about it, and it's on Netflix. It wasn't really on my list of things to watch, but seeing as everyone and your mother has a Netflix account, I watched it. It's a fine movie, and a lot of people are questioning the Russo's ability to direct a grand scheme of movie based on Electric State and everything they've done outside of the MCU. I mean, sure, a lot of their projects outside of Marvel have been just all right, but as we explained in the prologue, not every movie has to be, a Cillian Murphy, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer level event. So the Russos have been answering a lot of questions, and they've basically told us where they're actually going. It looks like the X-Men will be introduced, and they're going to be rebooting the MCU inside Secret Wars, and it looks like they're going to be sticking around to direct or at least shoehorn the Mutants movies. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here if you are new around here. What the freaking hell are you doing? Make sure to subscribe to never miss any Marvel, DC, KG months, first pop based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. You could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below how freaking hyped are you to see Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Although I still believe Cillian Murphy, Mr. Oppenheimer, Mr. Peaky Blinder, Mr. Tommy Shelby, Cillian Murphy is the real and should be the real Dr. Doom. He's a much better actor, much more depth than Robert Downey Jr. I get why they're bringing him back, but I don't agree with the Russo's comment, he's the only actor that could do this role. I don't believe that. Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, and check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. So, we're going to go over a bunch of topics. Like I say, guys, I'm not the channel that's going to make, multiple videos talking about one subject. That is just cap. There's no point for it. So, the Russos recently come out and said, the Russos say the recent circulated concept for Avengers Doomsday isn't real. Nothing spoiling in there. That's not our concept. And then some big, little TikTokers that don't make real videos come out and go, okay, if it's not real, why would the Marvel come to this make fake art? That's not how this works, lads. It's not how it works. They make so much concept art. It's a concept, it's an idea. They employ multiple artists to work on concepts to see what actually is going to work, right? It's at least 2 to 3 years old. Dr. Doom was always going to be part of the Secret Wars story. God Emperor Doom was always going to be there. And maybe they're lying, maybe they're not. But realistically, did Marvel copyright strike any YouTube videos? No. So that tells me that, yeah, it was real, but it was, put out there on purpose. I don't really think it's as big deal as what y'all jabronis are really saying about it. So the Russo brothers, to restore a focused narrative with Doomsday and Secret Wars. And that's realistically what Marvel's been missing. That's realistically what they've been missing. So they sat down with the Sunday Times, talk about the Electric State, but obviously they get asked everything. And they said this: well, we love the genre, Anthony explained. Some people wrote it off as a less comprehensive form of storytelling that's more for children, but we think it's relevant for adults if it's treated with maturity and complexity that really all it is. A commitment to storytelling. So, when asked about Doomsday, when it was we put that MCU rapidly expanded since Helmet Endgame with mixed ideas, director responded, yes, the MCU has got quite large, that's for sure. I mean, frankly, we struggle with the same issue. But part of the reason Joe and I decided to go back is because you've been planning it for years. Realistically, go back, you can check 5 years. They always wanted to do sequels. Is there needs to be more of a central narrative. That was something that we were very specific about when we worked with Marvel before. We like to bring a forced narrative. Now, this is very interesting part here. Part of the master plan is to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. Okay, yeah, sure, in the prologue, I said Cillian Murphy's a better choice. Robert Downey Jr. is still a great actor. I'm not saying that. But Cillian Murphy is 10 times better. But not as Iron Man, but as the villainous Dr. Doom. Okay, we all know he's playing a dual role and he's going to be Iron Man, but let's just discontinue that for now. We can't explain that it's big part of the story, Anthony teased. When the interviewer wondered how, and why. Tony Stark actor is playing another character, but there's nobody else in the world who could play the character the way he's about to. Okay, let's just focus on the way he's about to. Yeah, that's because he was Iron Man. He was Iron Man. That's why. Because seriously, there's so many better actors out there. I hate to say it, lads. There are so many better actors out there that could play this for sure. So that's pretty much the narrative of this part of what was said. But it is interesting how they just basically want to bring a grounded, focused narrative back that makes complete sense. And obviously they're going to have to deal with the fallout and the backlash of, you know, lots of moving parts from other movies. Sure, bro, I do get that. I really do get that. But what the Russos are essentially saying is, nobody can do what Robert Downey Jr. is about to do in the way he's going to do it. So that is essentially already telling you, is he just playing Doctor Doom? We don't know. That's telling you a big part of the puzzle, because anybody could play Doctor Doom. But why is Robert Downey Jr. the perfect person? And why can only Robert Downey Jr. play this role? This because even if it's not Iron Man, it could be a Tony Stark variant. We don't know. But the fact they're making it so like in your face, that he's the only one that can do it in this way. What does that make you think? It's almost like they are winking behind the camera at you without even getting behind the camera. Because why would they word it like that? But there's nobody else in the world who can play the character the way he's about to. Is that telling you because he's obviously playing a dual role? We don't know. So there's a lot of chat online. Like I said in the prologue, I don't like to make 5 different independent videos about 5 different topics. If you can do it in one video, just do it in one video. No point capping. The Russo bros said this, and this tells you that they're rebooting the MCU in Secret Wars and bringing the mutant phase in. The Russo bros say the up-and-coming Avengers film will be a new beginning for the MCU, because they have to get rid of the multiverse saga in a way. We told an ending story with Endgame. Now we're going to tell a beginning story. So Endgame was the end of that story. They returned 2024 technically, although they signed in 2023. They left 2019, right? So we know a lot about this movie already, and this is why it's weird. We've never had this many details about a movie before they've even gone into shooting. The estimated runtime, they said 2.5 hours. Secret Wars is 3 hours. The concept art has got nothing to do with them, allegedly. Yes, it was from an official Marvel concept artist. But as I said, anyone that knows anything knows they hire multiple concept artists to do multiple things. RDJ is actually doing his own background for this movie. It's going to be a wild, radical movie, surprising, according to the Russos. They are literally telling you so much without actually telling you. So also, recently, Marvel Studios has registered a new production company under the name Atlantis Hall Productions UK Limited. It will be used for a secret theatrical film, which realistically, lads, could be anything. Could be Thor 5, could be another Doctor Strange movie, could be Shang-Chi 2, could be anything. But it's interesting. This is from the Cosmic Circus. Very good website. Alex Perez. Could be for anything. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, if you go on the article, it says maybe it's to do with the new Agents of Atlantis cover. That was comic book arc. Thor 5 is the connection. I mean, it's interesting. It could be any of them, but we do know they have a few slots that probably will get. I mean, there's a slot for November and a slot for February, but, you know, Black Panther 3 could be one. Thor 5 could be one. Shang-Chi 2 could be one. Warstu gets cameos 10 could be one. Who knows? Like I say, guys, I'm very different to other channels. I don't make out I know everything. I just cover stuff that I think's relevant and interesting, but I try and do it in a short way. So I'd rather do one longer video than do 5 10-minute videos and deliver it much faster. But it is interesting. That's why I keep saying the Russos reveal so much. And I do find it fascinating that no one believes this concept art isn't fake. Well, Doom was always in the plan, and I told you that. I'm not sure if anyone else told you that, but I always said, no, Kang isn't the overall villain. Kang will be the Beyond. Will come back as the Mr. Beyond Kang in Secret Wars, and God Emperor Doom will be the overall villain. But there is a twist with Robert Downey Jr.'s role, and that is why he's the only person that can do it. But like I said earlier on Twitter, I know none of y'all follow me on Twitter, but I do find it interesting. Cillian Murphy could slay. He really could. I honestly don't think the concept art was real. It is real, like it was officially paid for and licensed by Marvel, sure. It's real on that prerequisite. But most of that concept art was actually for Secret Wars. So if you actually read what they said it's not for Doomsday. They didn't say it's like not, you know, real for Secret Wars. They literally said, nah, it's not spoiling anything. That's not our concept art. I mean, it would make sense, really, because even if we were back in Kang's Dynasty, there was always going to be a lot of other characters involved. I think that a lot of Marvel fans are very one-dimensional. They can't think outside of the box. They have to go with whatever Scooper says. It's real because the Scooper said it's real. We know it's real because an official Marvel artist made it. But there's also a lot of concept art that never sees the light of day. So many deleted scenes for so many movies. So much concept art that comes out that never actually turned into a fully functional working scene. But, you know, there's so many things in scripts that gets scrapped, right? It's still real. It was just never made. I don't understand how so many people are in this space, but realistically have no clue in what the freaking hell they're even saying. So likewise, guys, I do find it interesting. I got a comment the other day saying, are you going to cover this stuff for the next year? And my response was, do you say this to every single other person that covers content like this? I mean, I'm not the only person that covers stuff like this. I've covered it for years. But sure, I'll be covering Marvel stuff up into the release of every freaking movie until I decide I don't want to cover Marvel anymore. So likewise, guys, thank you very much for all the love, support. Very cool comments on the most recent videos. I do appreciate it. Check out the Instagram at Warstu. Check out the Twitter, +2G. And I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.